Clinic Diaries, episode 2, first week in the clinic. What's going on, everybody? My name is Eli, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Eli, and I'm a third-year dental student at Boston University School of Dental Medicine. On this channel, I make dental school vlogs as well as videos with advice for pre-dental students. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, share it with anyone else that might find it interesting, and of course, like and comment under the videos. So today's video is my second episode of my Clinic Diaries series. If you're someone that's new to the channel, I recently started a series on my channel called the Clinic Diaries, where I describe weekly my experience in clinic, how I'm progressing in clinic, how I'm feeling about everything, including my skills as a dentist, my skills as a patient provider, etc. I recognize that entering the clinic is a daunting experience for a lot of dental students, and so I made this series on my YouTube channel in order to give students somewhere to look so they can find someone to relate to. Kind of the premise of my entire YouTube channel, you know. So since that's what I've been doing so far, that's what I plan to keep doing. And so here's the Clinic Diaries series. So last week's episode was my thoughts before entering clinic. My class started clinic on August 7th, and I just finished up my first week and saw my first patient. And so I wanted to give y'all an update on how I'm feeling about clinic now. If you haven't seen me mention in my previous videos or my previous dental school vlogs, we are required to be in clinic for 4 sessions a week minimum. This means that if you are not seeing at least 4 patients a week, you need to be in the clinic assisting one of your classmates or one of the D4s or AS students in seeing one of their patients, so you can be there for attendance for 4 sessions per week. This past week, I only had 1 session where I had my own patient, which was actually today. Yes, it is currently 11:25 p.m. on Friday night. I fell asleep for about 3 hours, like 7 to 10 p.m. So that kind of tells you how my first week in clinic went. So I'm going to talk about my experience with assisting this week, and then I'll get to my first appointment as a dental provider. So assisting went pretty well. It was kind of just your typical run-of-the-mill stuff. I was just learning different procedures and, well, not necessarily learning the procedures, but more so the flow of the procedures in the clinic. In the clinic, there's a lot more things that go into doing dental work than just the actual skill itself. So shadowing has helped me prepare for all the things that I need to get checked and all of the steps I need to cover when I'm doing my appointments. Ideally, you want to shadow the same kind of procedures that you're going to be doing starting off in clinic. That way, when the time comes around for you to do that type of procedure, you know everything that you need to do, get checked, get signed off, etc., and you know the basic flow of the appointment. Because I spent my week shadowing appointments that were similar to the one that I have today for my first appointment, I felt pretty comfortable with the flow going into the appointment, and overall it just helped everything go better for me. So one specific experience that I had shadowing this week was learning about patient communication. Explaining procedures and treatment plans to your patient are extremely important. It's one of the most highly used skills in dentistry that isn't really taught in your first 2 years of dental school. In your first 2 years of dental school, they spend so much time drilling in the importance of certain procedures and how to do them and what could go wrong if you do certain things wrong, but they never really teach, at least in my school, about how to communicate with your patients, at least not until you're about to enter in the clinic. A lot of us were fortunate enough to pick up these skills just from our shadowing experience before dental school, and also from the Apex externship that we do after first year at my school. I know that when we did Apex, which was a 8-week externship after first year, I got to pick up a lot of things that dentists do that we weren't really learning about in school. Things that are coming in handy now, like how to write chart notes, information about billing, x-rays and stuff, even though we learned that in school, and just patient care overall. This week I had an experience where I felt like I could relate to the patient a little more than the person I was assisting. So when the person I was assisting walked away, I asked the patient if he had any questions about what was going on, and I kind of found a way to talk to him in a way that he would understand, and in order to make everything make sense for him, I had to kind of simplify what we were trying to say and make sure that he totally understood where his provider was coming from. After talking to him, he seemed very appreciative of my efforts and also his provider's efforts. And overall, I would say he was a pretty compliant patient, especially for everything that kind of was being thrown at him at one time. Now, today, I was fortunate enough to do my first appointment on a fourth-year dental student at my school. Was previously being seen by a student dentist that graduated, and she had herself transferred to me. So I was able to do I would call it a new patient exam. At my school, we call it a data collection. Essentially, her oral screening, and she will be coming back to get her prophy on Monday, which is a cleaning. Next week, I have 3 patients, so I'm going to be pretty busy in clinic, and I will be shadowing less for sure. But I feel comfortable and I feel ready. I think the main thing I wanted to do was kind of just throw myself into the fire without giving myself the chance to get scared or get nervous about seeing patients. Yes, the first week was slow. I only saw 1 patient, but that's quickly ramping up. Considering there's only 4 slots next week to see patients, since I'm seeing 3 patients next week, I call myself pretty busy. Now let's talk about something else. Judging clinic and classwork. As a third-year student at my school, you still spend a decent amount of time in classes and you still have a decent amount of exams. My first exam is already coming up on August 29th, and I've already noticed a difference in how I study and prepare for school this year. Just because of how much we have to deal with attacking the extra hustle of being in clinic, I have found myself being more proactive about my classroom work simply because I know how easy it'll be to fall behind with everything that's going on. Therefore, I have made a more conscious effort of studying every single day, even if it's only for an hour or 2 hours. I need some time to review what I learned that day and start packing it into my memory so that it doesn't go away and I'm not cramming before an exam, because truthfully, there's no time for that anymore. Also, I've noticed that clinic and my increased efforts in studying has forced me to have more of a strict routine. So, as you all know, I like to keep a very strict gym schedule and go to the gym probably at least 5 times a week. So my days have been very monotonous and kind of flowing all together. But typically every day I go to school, come home, go to the gym, come home, study. And it's basically school 8 to 5, gym 5:30 to 7, study until it's time to go to bed. Now, as you can see, that doesn't sound too sustainable, so I'm kind of still figuring that out. Ultimately, what's going to end up happening, I probably have to reduce my gym schedule, and I probably have to be more efficient with how I'm studying every day and pick up a heavier studying load on the weekend. So now that it's the weekend, as you can see, I decided to pick my battles and stay inside tonight instead of going out and possibly losing half of my Saturday to whatever it might be, hangovers, whatever. So tonight I decided to just film this video. I'm gonna edit the video and upload, of course. And also I decided that I would just, get some studying done, get some schoolwork done. And tomorrow I have to go back to the clinic to work on an assignment. But I will find the time to be social this weekend and at least hang out and see my friends before I have to get back to all this on Monday. So anyway, those are my thoughts after my first week in clinic. It's been exciting, it's been a lot of work, but I'm ready for what's to come. Again, like I said, no point in being nervous because it's gonna happen anyway. Just gotta be confident and be ready to attack whatever's thrown at you. Thank you guys for watching the second episode of Clinical Diaries. As time goes on and I'm doing more lab work and more work in the clinic, I'll try to insert clips of other things that I've done during the week just so it could be a little more interactive. But please understand, this is just getting started. This series has plenty of episodes to come and we're all in this together. So I'll see y'all in the next video, and like I said before, don't forget to watch some dental school vlogs before you go. Peace.